Hello there! So, I just got done watching Poltergeist, produced by Steven Spielberg. Came out in 1982. It's the original one, and it is mental. It is a really... this is the first time I've ever seen this movie. And that's saying a lot because... I thought because I've always seen this movie like referenced before, like in Family Guy and in other films and stuff, and even like other horror films and horror kind of TV shows reference it. Like there's a bit in the movie where there's a thunderstorm outside, and the dad is like, just counting between the lightning and when you hear the thunder. And that's in actual a new TV show I just recently watched. And I can't remember the name of it, but it's just like, so a lot of people reference this movie, and it's got its moments, and it's even got its funny moments, and it's so scary, and parts of it is just like, wait, what? And it's a real roller coaster ride, and it's a 2 hour movie, and you think there is a part where like you think the movie is over, and it just keeps going, and you're like, why is it still going? And it's mental, so it's just basically how do I describe it? So it's a guy and his family, his young family. He's got a teenage daughter. He's got 2 young kids. He's got a wife, 32, and the wife starts to see weird things happening. Well, the first scene is the little girl starts talking to the TV, and it's just, you kind of pass no remarks there because like it's late at night, it's probably just sleepwalking. And what the brilliant thing was they played like the national anthem came on the TV, and I know like back then TV used to end at a certain time at night time, and like I growing up I really remember that, like I remember TV used to end, and but now it's 24/7. It never. Some channels stop for a couple of hours, even an hour, but most channels just never stop. But like back in the 80s, of course, it did stop, and it used to end with the national anthem in America, American national anthem. Here in Ireland, it used to end with a Lord's Prayer. Very weird. But anyway, so that kind of set up like that was late at night, and that little girl was talking to the TV, so it was kind of weird. But then other weird stuff started happening, like the chairs started moving on their own, and at first it was kind of funny, and but then the little girl started hearing voices again on the TV, and we even started hearing the voices, which meant that it's real. Again, very clever, way they worked it out. So the guy, the dad is a real estate, he sells houses, and he works for this big real estate company who just builds the houses, and so when all of this weird stuff starts happening, it is weird, but then of course, like I kind of have to get into spoilers here, but like I think like even in the trailer you kind of you see that the little girl, like in the trailer it seems like the little girl sucked into the TV. She isn't. She's sucked into a portal in her closet, and that's even referenced in one of the paranormal activity movies. I think it's the 4th one where they do like a prequel, and it's the 2 little girls and the demon keeps coming out of the closet. Yeah, I think that's what you see again. They just all reference this movie. It's great, but so the dad eventually goes to a college to get help. From a psychiatrist and people who investigate the paranormal, and it's really great. Like those guys are great, and again, it's kind of reference the Insidious movies with the elderly woman and the two young guys, kind of you know investigating stuff. Again, it's so everything references this movie. It's crazy, um, but yeah, I you know there's some great scenes in it. I'll just talk about my favorite scenes. Like with the chairs stacking on the table, that was pretty good. I think Ghostbusters kind of references that as well with the books stacking on themselves and stuff. Even Ghostbusters, it's just uh, a lot of horror movies. I think base themselves off this movie. It's really great movie. The actors in it were really good. There's some couple of famous actors in it, which is really good. The kids in it were even really good. What I didn't get was, you know, they should have moved the kids out straight away. Instead, they kept them around for a while. And it wasn't until like halfway through the movie when like the kids did eventually they were told, like the psychiatrist, like the professionals had to tell them. Well, they didn't tell them, but like I'm assuming they did tell the parents, okay, it's time for them to leave. Um, and even the dog was like, the dog is such a great character in this movie. Like in the start, he goes around eating stuff off of he goes around to every bedroom eating stuff that's left, food that's left out. And that's a great way of introducing all of the characters and introducing your way around the house. Like that was such a clever scene at the beginning. But again, like when the dog is leaving, the dog runs out to the taxi, looks back and goes, "Yeah, I'm gone." It's brilliant. Like, and the dog is like I love the golden retriever. He's such a great character. And like he's like it's so funny. And there's some other funny scenes like with the dad, well, like when one of the paranormal guys was like, oh, I once saw like a car move on its own, a matchstick car move on its own. It took like 7 hours for it to move. And the dad was just like, uh-huh. And he opens the door and like there's all this stuff whirling around the room. It's brilliant. But yeah, there's stuff like the beetle in the background, you just kind of, oh cool, a beetle, and then later on it kind of like at the end of the movie, like it stops them, and it's so detailed, it's great, and even the neighbors, like the set up the neighbors at the very beginning, and you kind of forget about them, and then they come back at the end to try and help. It's brilliant. Like it's so wow. Like it's great. I only wish Steven Spielberg kept making. I know he made E.T. after this, and then he kind of got into like family movies. I think, did he do the Goonies as well after this? But like he got into like family movies, and he got into like kind of mainstream stuff. But I don't know if he's made much horror stuff since. I think he kind of has. I'm sure people will tell me in the comments, and then I'll go, oh yeah, but whatever. But yeah, a couple of my favorite scenes were just the setup, like just it all slowly sets up, slowly tells the story. The only, like I said, like the only quiff I had about it was like they should have got the kids out of there straight away. They really should have. But then like they had to explain stuff to the kid, and like it was really explaining stuff to us, type of thing. And the team in it was really like a mother's love, like a parent's love for the kids, and stuff like that. And you could really tell that the parents loved each other and loved their kids, and the whole reveal of everything, of why it's happening and everything. It's just great. It's it's a slow burner. It's a slow build up, but like it builds up and builds up, and then okay, I'm going to get into super spoilers now, because there is a point where, like, they get back to the little girl, and you think that's it, it's over, and then it keeps going. The movie just keeps going. It's like a Hitchcock film. It just keeps going, and then it's just like, because when they got the kid back, it was like, okay, that could have ended the movie. It wasn't like a big head came out of the wardrobe and that. Like, that's great. Like, it was pretty good, and it's just like, okay, that was a pretty good ending. And I felt like, okay, that was a pretty good ending, and I'm pretty satisfied with it. But I think, in my head I was just like, I think it needs a bigger ending. Like, if I was going to do it, I think it needs a bigger ending. And you know what? It just kept going and going, and I was just like, oh my God, I'm going to get the bigger ending. I'm going to get the bigger ending. Brilliant. And it's just like, that's the way you do it. Like, and they don't do that anymore, movies. And there's a big payoff, and it's brilliant. And yeah, and then that's the big payoff at the end. It really shows, like, everybody in the neighborhood what the hell is going on, what the hell is happening. It's just like it's a great horror film, 90 minutes in, but at the end it's kind of like a teenager could watch it, but it keeps going. The way it keeps going, the way it ended was just like, okay, this is R-rated, this is 18s, like, and it's a brilliant Halloween movie to watch at Halloween. It really, really is. And I think it's one of the best films that I've ever seen, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know why it took me, because I always felt like I've always seen the movie and I've always known what the movie was about, so I never really watched it. And I think because I've seen like other horror films that are kind of similar to it, and I've seen what's that kind of movie called? There's a movie where, like, a woman is, like, haunted, and like there's this, like, demon haunting her and stuff. I can't remember what that's called. That's a good film. That's a pretty good film, and it's actually based on a true story. I can't think of the name of it, but yeah, this movie is really detailed. It's really a film that you could actually do, like, a presentation on in college, or do a lecture on. Like, it's really up there. Like, and yeah, I definitely recommend it. Really love this. I talked about my favorite scenes. Just everything about it was really good. There was even some funny stuff in it, which was keeping it light at the beginning, and then it kind of kept the light going on, because it kind of has to. That's what good horror films do. Like, it keeps you there, because if it's too scary all the time, people just turn off the film. They don't like it, and then just write a bad review of it on the internet. But, like, if you keep it, like, human, it works. You know what I mean? But, like, yeah. So what else have I to say about it? The special effects in it, I think, are kind of dead a bit, but the real effects in it are brilliant, and they really still hold up. They really still work. Again, like, real effects works. The only qualm I have about it was when there was a little scene where, the wardrobe was open, and there was lights flickering, and you could kind of see the light, itself, the projector flickering. You could kind of see that. That was the only qualm about it. But yeah, other than that, it hit all the notes. Um, um, it's a dark, stormy night tonight, so it's a perfect time to watch this film. Um, it's just really good, and yeah, definitely recommend it. So like and subscribe, and yeah, that's it. If I have anything else to talk about, yeah, that's it. I really liked everything, and yeah, okay. So like and subscribe. Check out my other videos. Check out my series and my previous reviews, and check out my channel. And yeah, there's other sequel movies to this movie. I don't know if I'll watch them. Maybe I will. It's still October. Maybe I will for the crack. Maybe I'll watch the second one. Yeah, I'll watch the second one tomorrow night and I'll do a review of that. Yeah, why not? So thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. And yeah, I would like to get to, you know what, I would like to get to 1,000 subscribers. Um, because I have enough views, and I make enough. I looked at my statistics. I actually make enough views a month to actually make money on this channel. The only thing that's holding me back is the subscribers. I haven't got I think you need at least 1,000 subscribers. So it's very important that you subscribe. Um, I've never really cared about it before, but looking at the statistics, like, and in this day and age, it's 2020, every little helps. I'm not going to beg for money, but like, I just ask you to subscribe. That's it. And like, if I get 1,000 subscribers, um, I'll make some money off of YouTube, and I'll be happy with that. Like, this YouTube's fun for me. Like, it always has been. And I like making these movie reviews, even though not a lot of people watch them. I think they prefer the noodle reviews. And but the problem with noodle reviews is that there aren't a lot of noodle reviews to eat. There aren't a lot of noodle reviews to make, and there aren't an awful lot of new noodles coming out the whole time. So there's little I can do, and like, that's, I've reviewed a majority of them at this point, and but I would like to like, my idea was to start traveling and like, eat noodles from different countries and stuff. Obviously, I can't do that now with everything. Ireland is currently in lockdown, the second lockdown, and that's it. So I don't know what this. You know, I have plans. If I was a bigger channel, I would be doing lots more. But the way it is just the way it is, and that's why it's so important to subscribe. If I can build this channel, I can actually do stuff. Do a lot more stuff, and but sure, look, we'll see what happens, and so yeah, check out my other stuff, and check out my channel, and yeah, I'll see you later. Thanks very much for watching, and bye bye. Bye.